Brains, teamwork, and quick thinking. That's what it takes to win. Today, Cedar Crest and Cocalico face off for a spot in the next round. Let's get it started. This is WGAL8 Brainbusters.
From Studio B, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters, celebrating 25 years. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters. Today, we have Cedar Crest and Cocalico who are ready to battle it out. Both of them performed brilliantly in round one, but only one team can advance to round three. Who will it be? Well, we're going to find out shortly. But before we begin, let's take a moment to meet these stellar competitors. First, it's a pleasure to welcome back the team from Cedar Crest. First, we have Mr. Shane Thomas. He's a mathematics teacher, gifted facilitator, mathematics curriculum leader in grades 9 through 12, and truly a devoted Quiz Bowl coach for not only the Lancaster Lebanon Quiz Bowl team, but also for Brainbusters, and we thank him very much for bringing such a strong team. We next have Chris. He is a junior. Next to Chris, we have Cal. He is the first alternate. He is a sophomore. The captain is Nathan. He's a senior. Welcome back to him as well. And next, we have Dan. Dan is a junior. He's the other alternate. And finally, the third player is Matthew. He is a sophomore. Welcome back to the Cedar Crest High School Brainbusters team. And now, let's head over to the Cocalico team. We have Carson. Carson is a senior. Fiona is the captain. She is also a senior. Next to Fiona, we have today's alternate. That's Max. He is a junior. And finally, we have Josh. Josh is the third player. He is a senior. And right next to Josh is Mr. Nicholas Heil. He is a math teacher at Cocalico High School. A warm welcome and a warm return to the Cocalico High School Brainbusters team. Okay, we've met them. Let's get started now with today's opening round. Good luck to all six of you. Let's get to work now with this 10-point question. According to a new rule announced by the Australian government, what will be the minimum age starting in December 2025 for creating a YouTube account in Australia? Josh?
14.
Nope, sorry, incorrect. Chris?
18.
No, 16 is actually the correct answer. In 2025, a high-level Russian military delegation visited the capital of North Korea. What city is that?
Pyongyang.
Pyongyang is correct. Negev, Kalahari, Gobi, Mojave. What are they, Matthew? Again?
Deserts.
They're all deserts. You're correct again. It has a rhyme scheme of A-A-B-B-A. What is this 5-line poem? Fiona?
Haiku.
Not haiku, no, sorry. And any idea? Did we stump you? We stumped both of you with a limerick. This 18th century German scientist invented the mercury thermometer and has a temperature scale name for him. What's his name, Fiona?
Kelvin.
No, sorry. Matthew?
Celsius.
No, you're both incorrect. It's Gabriel Fahrenheit. He got captured by a British sentry, but still gets all the credit. What midnight rider never made it to Lexington? Matthew?
Paul Revere.
Paul Revere never made it to Lexington to warn them that the British were coming, but still gets all the credit. In one of Botticelli's most famous paintings, she rises from the foaming sea. Nathan?
Venus.
Venus is the goddess of beauty. The painting, of course, is the birth of Venus. You can see it in Florence. In his first movie, Plain Crazy, in 1928, he met his leading lady, Minnie. They're still together. Who is this animated star? Nathan again?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is correct for 10 points. The world's largest inland body of water links Kazakhstan with northern Iran. Matthew?
The Caspian Sea.
The Caspian Sea is correct. And now, here comes today's audio question. Buzz in after the tone.
I wish I had something new to say about it. It's going to be incredibly close in Pennsylvania, and it's going to be very competitive.
Chris?
Fetterman.
John Fetterman. Good for you for 10 points. This silvery element gets its name from the Spanish for silver. What element is it? We stumped you on platinum. The Spanish for silver, of course, is plata. Shakespeare's Troilus and Cressida and Homer's Iliad are both set during the same war. What war, Matthew?
Trojan War.
The Trojan War. You are correct for 10 points. At his death in 1973 at the age of 91, he left more than 1,800 paintings, 1,100 drawings, and an estate valued at $250 million. Who was this prolific Spanish painter? Matthew?
Picasso.
Pablo Picasso. If you're looking for your adrenal glands, they're easy to find. On top of what other organs are the adrenal glands located? Fiona?
Heart.
Nope, sorry. Chris?
Kidney.
Kidneys is correct, yes. It's the river that forms the Washington-Oregon border. It's also the state capital of South Carolina. What name do they share, Matthew?
Columbia.
Columbia is correct. In 1519, he sailed with 5 ships in search of spices, but only 18 of his crew survived the first voyage around the world. Who was this Portuguese? Nathan?
Magellan.
Ferdinand Magellan was the Portuguese explorer. It's the name given to a government ruled by religious leaders or priests. What is it called, Chris?
Theology.
Nope, sorry. Fiona.
Theocracy.
Theocracy is the correct answer, yes. It's Latin for after death, and it's performed after death to, Nathan?
Postmortem.
Postmortem to determine the cause. The synonym for autopsy is, of course, postmortem. This divine wind once saved Japan from a Mongolian invasion. During World War II, it was the name given to suicide pilots. What's the name, Fiona?
Kamikaze.
Kamikaze. Good for you. Light and strong. This metal is used in armored tanks and golf clubs, and now credit cards. What element is symbol TI? Nathan.
Titanium.
Titanium is correct. 15 men on a dead man's chest, yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. In what adventure by Robert Louis Stevenson is the spirited song sung? Nathan.
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island is correct. It is the most widely used substance on the planet after water. It's also one of the most polluting. What is this principal ingredient in concrete? Nathan.
Cement.
Cement is absolutely correct. And that sound, with that correct answer, that sound takes us to the end of the round. And it was a good first round going. Our students are doing very well, 160 to 20, but it's early on because we still have a lot more game coming up, including the one-on-one rapid fire and 60-second team lightning round. So we'll get ready for those rounds while you watch these very important messages.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. The final 4 teams in the WGAL8 Brainbusters tournament will win cash grants. The 3rd and 4th place teams will receive $1,000 each. The 2nd place team will receive $3,000. And the WGAL8 Brainbusters champions will receive $5,000 in grant money. Now, back to your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody. This is WGAL8 Brainbusters, and we are ready to continue the action with our one-on-one rapid fire round. Now, Cedar Crest has a strong lead right now, but everything can change as we put the spotlight on individual players. First, it's a pleasure to welcome back Chris. Chris, thanks for coming here. You always seem like you have a good time here, but this is somewhat school-related. What do you do for fun outside of school?
I definitely like cooking and experimenting with other cultures and their cooking. I love.
So when you cook, do you follow a recipe or do you create your own?
I'll read the recipe and then I'll go off on my own. That's how I was taught cooking. Like, do it on your own. Don't follow a recipe.
Good for you. Cooking is a fantastic art, and I like baking especially because it's like a chemistry experiment. It completely changes the format and the form. Thank you very much for sharing. Carson, what about you? What do you do for fun outside of school?
I really like to listen to music. I also collect records, so I try to collect more rare varieties in different colors.
Ken, I just want to clarify, when you say records, you're talking about LPs.
Yes.
Like the old-fashioned, so you have a phonograph at home and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good for you. Carson and Chris, let's put you two one-on-one. After a meal of Chinese food, a traditional dessert is typically served. What are these lucky, crunchy sweets called, Chris?
Fortune cookies?
They're called fortune cookies, indeed. Sting first gained popularity as a lead singer of this British rock trio in the early 1980s. What rock group is known for their hit songs Roxanne and Every Breath You Take? You don't know. I know our producer, Madison, is stunned as well. It's the police, of course. And finally, it's now a tourist attraction. It was a prison and an escape-proof military prison. What island is called The Rock? Carson.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz is absolutely correct. Good for you. 170-30. Let's now meet our two captains. First, a pleasure to welcome back Nathan. Nathan, you did really well in that first round of play, and it's a pleasure to welcome you back. So what do you, besides studying, obviously, what do you do outside of school?
Yeah, so I love playing disc golf at my local disc golf course, just to spend time with nature and also with my family.
Okay, when you say disc golf, is that?
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
It's like regular golf, but with frisbees instead.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, that makes a difference. So it's not like, okay, well, thank you very much for elaborating. Fiona, the captain of the team from Cocalico. What about you? What do you do outside of school for fun?
I really enjoy going out to eat with my friends. We try to go to different restaurants a lot and just find new places.
It is always fun. Is there any particular like type of food that you like?
We really enjoy going to Chili's.
Excellent. All right, good. A shout out to Chili's. Fiona and Nathan, let's put our two captains one-on-one. Back in 2003, retired General Wesley Clark became a candidate for president. Who was the last former general to be elected president of the United States? Fiona.
Eisenhower.
Dwight D. Eisenhower in 1952, in fact. The following line may be familiar. It's the opening line of a famous poem. What poem by Longfellow begins, "By the shores of Gitche Gumee, by the shining Big Sea water"? Nathan.
Superior.
No, sorry. Fiona? Oh, it's Hiawatha is the name of it. And finally, here's your third question. Some scientific units are called derived units because they can be expressed in terms of other units. What word describes a unit of work that can be expressed as Newton meters? Fiona?
Work.
Nope, sorry. Nathan?
Power.
No, back to physics, and you're going to remember joule is the correct response. 170-40. Let's meet our third players in today's competition. Say hello once again to Matthew. Matthew, you also did very well in that first round of play. Pleasure to have you back. What do you do for fun outside of school?
So I love being outside. I love going backpacking especially, and also biking.
So when you say backpacking, do you stay in a tent? And
yeah, like overnight, you carry your stuff with you in like 2 or 3 days.
No air conditioning, no heat?
Nope.
Okay. Josh, nice to have you back. What about you? What do you do for fun outside of school?
I tend to do a lot of music stuff involving bass guitar, tuba, and choir music. And sometimes I play some video games.
So do you write music as well?
Yeah, actually I do a little bit of composition and arrangement.
Good for you. Nice. Thanks for sharing. Josh and Matthew, I have 3 questions to share with you as we put you two one-on-one. What work of literature might have inspired this headline in the National Enquirer? Hemingway's Fisherman Fishy Stories says he hooked a big one. Matthew.
Old Man at the Sea.
The Old Man in the Sea is correct. He has been credited with writing 3 books of the Old Testament, including Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. Who was
Solomon?
Matthew, you are correct with Solomon. And finally, the St. Lawrence River runs from the Gulf of St. Lawrence to the easternmost of the 5 Great Lakes. Which Great Lake is it, Matthew?
Ontario.
It is indeed Ontario. Good for you. You dominated all 3 of those questions, giving you a strong lead, 190-40. But now we're going to pick up the pace and play today's 60-second team lightning round. Fiona, you have your work cut out for you, but you can do it with one of these 3 quizzes. We have green stuff, LMNO people, and monomania. Green stuff, LMNO people, and monomania.
We're going to do monomania.
Monomania. Okay, to do well on this quiz, it'll help to be a monomaniac. For 10 points each, identify these people, places, and things that all begin with mono. M-O-N-O. Fiona, I take your answer as the team's answer. Carson and Josh are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck. Here we go. An eyeglass for one eye.
Monocle.
Correct. Charles Darrow invented this popular real estate game in Atlantic City during
Monopoly.
the Impression. Monopoly is correct. Having one color.
Monochromatic.
Correct. A speech for a single actor or a stand-up comics routine.
Monologue.
Correct. It's the custom of being married to only one person at a time.
Monogamous.
Monogamous, yes. The belief in one God.
Monotheology.
Monotheology or monotheism, yes. A decorative design made from a person's initials.
Monogram.
Monogram, yes. It's sometimes called the kissing disease.
Mono.
Mono, yes. A single note repeated again and again and again and again.
Monotone.
Monotone is correct. The food additive MSG.
Monosodium glutamate.
Monosodium glutamate. Sorry, the duck-billed platypus and spiny anteater both belong to this order. That's monotremes. Simple sugars like glucose.
Monosaccharides.
That is correct. This river joins the Allegheny in Pittsburgh. Monongahela. A huge block of stone in architecture or structure. It's monolith. So 10 correct. 100 points came your way. It's monosodium glutamate, not monosodium, so I could not accept that. So we have a score of 200 to 140. Is that a break for you, Nathan? Well, we're going to find out with the two remaining quizzes. We have green stuff and LMNO people.
We'll go with LMNO people. Rich.
LMNO people. Here's an alphabetical slice of humanity. For 10 points each, identify these people whose names begin with L, M, N, O, or P in that order. Nathan, I take your answer as the team's answer. Matthew and Chris are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Here we go. Her real name is Stefani Joanne Angelica Germanata. She was born that way.
Pass.
Lady Gaga. She is one of the world's top-selling female recording artists, the Material Girl.
Madonna.
Madonna is correct. Spanish tennis player, 22-time Grand Slam champion.
Nadal.
Nadal is correct. Comedian and host of the 2025 Oscars.
Pass.
Conan O'Brien. He played Edward Cullen in the Twilight movies.
Pass.
Pattison. His books include Babbitt, Main Street, and Elmer Gantry. Lewis and Lewis. His son, Christopher Robin, is a character in his children's books.
Pass.
A.A. Milne. He wrote the novel Lolita.
Nabokov.
Nabokov is correct. Animal Farm in 1984 are his two most famous
Orwell.
books. Orwell is correct. His tales of a mystery and imagination include The Pit and Pendulum.
Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe, yes, the 16th president of the United States.
Lincoln.
Lincoln, yes, the U.S. president assassinated in 1901.
McKinley.
McKinley is correct. This president's middle name is Milhouse. Nixon, Richard Milhouse Nixon. We had 8 correct. 80 points came your way. 280 to 140. We still have a great game going. But it's time now to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. Now, during our break, our teams will wager 0 to 25 points based on their confidence in the category of philanthropy. So we'll have the bonus Brainbuster and, of course, the all-important Final Frenzy when WGAL8 Brainbusters continues following this.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Scan the QR code with your phone or go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hello, everybody. We are back, and we are ready for today's bonus Brainbuster. Now, while we were away, our teams locked in their wagers up to 25 points on how well they feel confident with the category of philanthropy. Here's Bethany Miller in the News 8 newsroom with today's bonus Brainbuster question. Bethany.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brainbuster. Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter devoted more than 3 decades to swinging a hammer and raising walls for a major housing charity. For which nonprofit organization has he been building homes for over 35 years? Again, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter devoted more than 3 decades to swinging a hammer and raising walls for a major housing charity. For which nonprofit organization has he been building homes for over 35 years? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio B. Rich?
Thank you, Bethany. Good luck, teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. We're going to wait for Fiona to finish. Close your pen. All right. Well, we can say that President Carter truly led by example. Nathan, do you have the right answer? Habitat for Humanity. You are absolutely correct. Good for you. And we're going to add 15 points to your score. Fiona, Carson, and Josh, you struggled a little bit. Did you come up with house? Okay, I understand, but unfortunately, we're going to have to deduct 25 points from your score, but I'm sure when you hear Habitat for Humanity, that does sound familiar. Okay, well, let's see what happens. We have your work cut out for you, but you can do it as we head into today's final frenzy, because this time we have 20-point questions. After winning an Emmy this year for Murders in the Building, Ben Pasek and Justin Paul are the most recent winners of an EGOT. What does an EGOT stand for? Fiona.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
You are correct for 20 points. In 2026, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country. Coincidentally, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson both died on the same day, the 50th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. What day and year was that? Matthew.
1836.
Oh, no, sorry. Nope. Do you know the date and year? Josh.
1826.
I need the date as well.
July 4th.
1826. Good for you. Yes, for 20 points. It's big enough to cover all of Texas and borders Nunavut, Manitoba, Ontario, and Quebec. Matthew.
Alaska.
No, sorry. What is this large body of water? Josh.
Lake Superior.
No, sorry. It's the Hudson Bay. Blood comes to this organ via the hepatic portal vein. Nathan.
Liver.
The liver is the blood filter in your body. His short story, Father Abraham, became the basis of works such as Spotted Horses, As I Lay Dying, and the Snopes trilogy. Nathan.
Faulkner.
William Faulkner, who wrote Father Abraham. In Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Bells, he uses the words clang, clash, and roar to describe the ringing of the bells. What, Nathan?
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia is the figure of speech that's used with clang, clash, and roar. The United Nations began its first peacekeeping mission in 1948. In what country, which had proclaimed its independence in May of that year, did they first visit? Matthew.
Israel.
Israel is correct. It's an odd problem, but easier than you think. In terms of n, what expression gives the sum of the first n odd integers? Nathan.
Quotient.
No. Sorry. Any idea? Josh.
Factoring.
No, it's n squared. For example, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 equals 25. 5 numbers, 5 squared, 25. As a solid, it kills roaches. In a solution, it's an eye wash. Its chemical formula is H3BO3. What is this weak acid? Fiona.
Saline?
Nope, not saline. Sorry, good guess though, sorry. Any idea, Cedar Crest? We stumped you on boric acid. The Spirit of St. Louis and the Wright Brothers Flyer and the Enola Gay are in this wing of the Smithsonian. What is this museum? Fiona.
The Aerospace Museum?
You are correct. It's a fantastic museum to visit. In 1954, he won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his theory of chemical bonding. In 1962, he won the Nobel Peace Prize for his anti-nuclear activism. Who was this modern scientist? Fiona.
Bohr?
Nope, sorry. Any idea, Cedar Crest? And we stumped you on Linus Pauling. On Thunderbird Mountain in South Dakota, you can see the still unfinished monument to this Sioux war chief. Matthew.
No answer.
Oh, sorry, I'm going to complete the question then. For the Sioux war chief who died in 1877, who was he? The Oglala Lakota warrior. Fiona.
Crazy Horse?
Crazy Horse is correct. In Greek mythology, they were birds with women's faces who snatched food away from their victims. Who were these unpopular dinner guests? Matthew.
Sirens?
No, not the sirens. Any idea? It's Josh.
Pigeons.
They were the harpies. Mark Twain described it as a little democracy full of liberty, equality, and the 4th of July. What was this Missouri town where he grew up?
St. Louis?
Nope. We stumped you on Hannibal, Missouri. Well, An incredible effort for both teams, but that sound took us to the end of the round and to the end of the match. It looks like we are going to be seeing Cedar Crest return for round 3, but we hope to see you in just a few short minutes for some final words.
Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show, celebrating 25 years. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. Boy, an incredible effort from both sides. But Cedar Crest, congratulations. You will advance. We thank Cocalico very much. Thanks for your efforts. You competed well, but boy, once Cedar Crest had the lead, they would not let it go. Now, next time, we're welcoming back Lancaster Mennonite and Ephrata, and we are expecting a very exciting match. So I'm Rich Rosen. Thanks for watching. Remember, success isn't luck. It's preparation, passion, and persistence. Keep building that brain power. So long, everyone.